Hey blues fans, John here with the Blues Guitar Institute, and I'm very excited to make an announcement today. Blues Guitar Institute has been pumping out free lessons, but on a very inconsistent basis. So what I want to do is really amp things up a bit, and we're going to release a brand new blues guitar lesson every single Tuesday on the YouTube channel, and then we're going to post it back on bluesguitarinstitute.com as well for you. So I hope you join me along with this ride, because we're going to cover some cool things like some music theory that relates to good blues guitar. Of course, we're going to throw in some licks, and we're going to take a look at some guitar techniques as well. And again, you can expect this every single Tuesday. So I want you to keep track of what's going on, and please let me know if you dig what we're doing here. So jump over on the Facebook page and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and love to hear your idea of a lesson, something that maybe you're struggling with. So we're going to do this every single week, and it's going to be highly interactive. So please let me know what you want to hear, because that's what it's all about, is getting you to be a more confident, more well-rounded blues guitar player. So with that, let's get into Lesson 1. Okay, Lesson 1 in this new series is going to be all about the A7 chord. Seventh chords are ultra bluesy, and they're just something that you really have to get used to, and especially if you're like me and you started playing with hard rock, classic rock, and heavy metal type stuff. You don't really hear a lot of seventh chords in that style of music, or at least I didn't. But it is so prevalent in country music, and it is very prevalent in the blues. So let's take a look at what makes a seventh chord, and then I'll show you a cool trick with an A7. So we're going to take a look at what makes a seventh chord. Now, in major chord construction, that's kind of going to be our reference for this, is just a regular A major, and we'll stick in this bar chord territory for right now. But this thing is full of first degree, third degree, fifth degree notes from the A major scale. So that's what makes it a major chord, the 1, 3, and 5. To make this a seventh chord, we need 1s, 3s, 5s, and we also need a flat 7. And we can find the flat 7 by running through the scale. That's going to be our flat 7, so that's the G. And all I did was count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would come here for the 7, but we need to flatten it, so we're back here on this G note. So this note needs to show up in our seventh chord. And the best way to do that, the easiest way to do that, is to pick your pinky up when you're doing this full bar chord shape. And you can hear how nice and bluesy that sounds. This sounds really happy and complete, like home bass, really, the major. But then when you pick that pinky up, you can hear there's a little something interesting happening there. So that's it. That's how to make one of these bar chord shapes from a major to a seventh chord. And you're going to use that a ton in the blues. But let me show you one trick that I love to use on my A7. And it's going to make use of the open A string. So this works out great when you're doing some fingerstyle stuff. So we've got the open A string, which is the 5th string. Then I'm going to put my first finger, 5th fret, 4th string. My third finger, my ring finger, is 6th fret, 3rd string. And then my second finger, middle finger here, is sneaking in on the 2nd string, 5th fret. And I'm playing the middle 4 strings. And this thing just screams the blues to me. Check this out. Now, us guitarists like to look at things as shapes. Now, I don't usually like to do that, but this thing just looks so much like a regular D chord, but on the middle 4 strings and up to this 5th fret position. So if you need to think about it in terms of shapes, think of it as a D chord shape right here in the middle of the fretboard. And just playing around there, all I'm doing is just kind of pumping this A thing and then picking up with the other 3 notes in the chord simultaneously at just different spots. I'm just going with it. This is just really free form, having a good time here. And the only other thing that I'm doing here is another ultra bluesy thing, and that is I'm going down and catching this whole thing a half step lower. Just moving the whole chord. It's a very Delta bluesy thing to do, so I hope you get some use from that. So there you go, something cool to do with your A7, a very bluesy chord, and I hope you like that little chord, the mini version of the A7. I use it all the time, and I think it really gets you into a more free sort of position of playing that chord. So hope you dig it, put it into your practice, pump it into some just playing around just like I was doing, and I think you're going to really find the difference.